Hey, so welcome. Welcome to your Oracle meditation. So it's time. Find that candle. Remember why we connect back to Mother Earth. Or why we light the candle, sorry. It's Monday. But I welcome you to your Oracle meditation. Switch those lights off. Find that area that you can quiet your mind. Find that area where you can roll those shoulders back. Make some time for yourself. So congratulations for being here. What an interesting time we're in. So here, we light our candle and we connect back to our ancestral frequency of connection. Our ancestral frequency. This is the same ritual that our ancestors did when they wanted to connect, when they wanted to gather. And so this is why we light that candle. So start clearing your thoughts, start connecting back to breath. And that's what we do here. This Oracle meditation, we take time to clear our thoughts, to connect back to that imagination, where we can imagine inhaling the blessings, the medicine, and the magic, and simply exhale to make room. Do that with me. Take a few minutes and just breathe. Here, we just carve out that time. And as a reward, we take 8 different Oracle decks. Connect them with breath. We take the moon phase that tells us tells us which chakra to work with, which frequency. The moon and the position of the moon tells us which zodiac we're working with. And that in turn tells us which zone of the body. And we put this whole meditation, we put this whole story together, and we come up with a meditation. And we sprinkle in some EFT, some emotional freedom tapping. And we balance out that physical and emotional self. That's as simple as it gets. So let's start. Start with that breath. Well, actually start with the candle and then start with the breath. And imagine simply inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. And by doing this, you imagine inhaling the blessings that you need or that you're asking for, the medicine you need to heal your body, and the magic to co-create the world, because we are co-creators of this world. We are not victims of this world. We wield our magic and we wait for those blessings. And sitting in this meditation, it helps us decide those decisions and to let us know what we are supposed to be doing. This meditation is designed to be a plan of action. So today we are sitting in the 8th phase of the moon. So congratulations. We're wielding it down to the dark phase of the moon, and this is where we go into the new moon. But right now we still see that tiny bit of sliver left. And this is where we go into a self-care mode. Have you been feeling that urge to clean your house, to get organized, to spend a little time tidying up? Well, that's what this phase is all about. So if you feel that, know that you are in time. And if you don't feel that, get in time. And this is also where we all feel that complete connection. We feel like we are in balance. If you've been following me for the last 28 days or 30 days, 28 days, then you will know that each level that you have achieved and that you have let go and that you've experienced has come to this time. We go into the darker parts of the moon, and we know that in the darker parts, that's when things get a little rough. That's when we become more sensitive. So don't be afraid to tidy up your house. It helps. Right now we are going into the zodiac of, we're leaving Virgo, which is all about the belly and digesting ideas, and going into Libra, which is all about balance and working on that in those intestines, working on assimilating what's coming up and absorbing, and what needs to be done, how to integrate it into the new moon. But don't worry if that sounds a little foreign. Right now we are being told that we all walk this red road. And on this red road, we pick up keys that unlock doors to opportunities, to tools. And right now we are sitting in the time of self-care, time of preparing for that fertility. We get the Kokopekli. Kokopekli, I'm sure you've seen. Looks like a little flute player that native people find on their art and have little, I have one even, little monuments of that. And that's to remind us that we wield our own magic. We are not victims of circumstances. Everything happens based on your decisions. Yes, there's a bigger message in there, but do you hear the messengers? Right now, we are being reminded to create that self-care, to work on our dens. How funny. We also get the child. So we get fertility as the road that we are on, and the child as the next card. And the child is known to create that joy and that happiness. We're entering that season of Halloween, which is all about children, all about showing how you connect and bring out those beautiful memories without being punished. We have discovered that innocent child within us, or at least I hope you have. That child will help us, or help you, climb out of that hole. Remind you that you are once again that child, living in an adult body. And it's our responsibility to take care of it. To not just nourish that innocence, but to continue to give it a good home, to feed it. Know when you're cranky. Maybe you should have a dance party. I did yesterday. Woke up with a slight hangover. God bless my family. But know that we are in the time of self-care. That we are in that creative wholeness. That we have found that innocent child inside of us. And it's our job to take responsibility. As we walk this red road and we find each other, we find those ancestors, we get symbols and angels and animals to remind us of things along the way. Just like this direction that we are in. We're sitting in the time of fertility, time of discovering and protecting and enjoying that child, that happiness that we have created. Taking responsibility. Along our path, don't be scared, but we get the skunk. And I love the skunk. The skunk is the cutest little cat-looking thing I've ever seen. But the skunk medicine is that ability to attract others. They also have that charismatic energy. And most children are not afraid of skunks, which I find interesting. And skunks aren't afraid of them. It's the cutest little animal, but it has a reputation. And it contains a great deal of power. That deceptive behavior, if you get the wrong end of it, it requires respect. And that's what we're That's what that animal is trying to let us know, to create that reputation of respect, but with humor. It's time to stand up for that child inside of us. As we walk the red road, we get animals, we get ancestors, we get angels that have walked this earth before us. And today our ancestor tells us to choose peace, to not get caught up on that wrong end of the skunk, to stay in that childlike innocence while maintaining that, I should say, letting go of that ego while still learning to assert yourself. Respect follows. When you show respect and self-respect, it is an attitude that repels those who are not like-minded. Just like the skunk's odor. It attracts others and repels those that do not respect its space. But take this with a humor. Know that you are that generous protector that stands up for your childlike innocence, that makes time to nurture. Choose peace. Don't get wrapped up in the hostility of things. Stop doing. Start being. We have found that beautiful person inside. No longer do we have to discover. Right now we are sitting in the time of self-care. We are no longer supposed to be doing, but being that example. Be that example of peace. That example of reputation, of respect. That embodies that innocent, childlike curiosity. That maintains those ideas. As we go into the darker parts of the moon, we are going to be very sensitive. But know that you have that spiritual connection. That you are no longer trying to achieve that person. You are that person. You are that person who takes the next step with simplicity and focus. These are the stepping stones that we are walking on. And no matter what our world seems to be reminded that we wield our own magic, our own story. We're being asked to take those stepping stones into self-care, into peace, to stop doing and start being that example. Those whispers, those intuitive whispers, are asking you to split your focus. Split your focus and realize that you are taking those steps of simplicity and focus. What does that mean? That means that you can be an innocent child while still maintaining that reputation of adults, by choosing peace, by remembering that you have the gift of creating your world and imagining your world. It starts with faith. It starts with believing that you have that ability to simply exhale. We are those earthlings learning in the happening, exploring and expanding our knowledge and our learning. As children, we are constantly curious, constantly dreaming and creating. We're being asked to not give in to the bullshit and to stop doing so much and to simply start being. Know that we have learned that we are not alone. We are surrounded by beauty and unconditional love. Use those childlike eyes and see it. See your potential. See the beautiful home that you have created, the environment that you've wanted. You have taken those steps with simplicity and focus. Split that focus and balance out those two pieces of ourselves. That outer shell of adulthood and that inner child looking for the next adventure. So if this is as far as you get, this is your message. Take the time to create that self-care. Take time to sit in your home and prepare and treat yourself with that childlike wonder. Sit and dream up those new ideas. Maintain that reputation of excellence. Maintain that reputation, and others will respect you. But drop that facade of anger and choose peace. Stop doing so much and start being what you've been practicing. These are stepping stones. Take those next steps and do it with self-care, simplicity, and focus. Learn. We are all learning in the happening. Don't tell yourself that everything is happening by coincidence. Know that you are tapping into something greater. You are helping yourself and creating that environment so your body can heal. Heal from its pain, its past. You're crushing it. So let's go deeper. For those of you that don't know, we can go deeper into a meditation, and we call this a body scan. So for those of you that know, let's get started. And for those of you that are new, a body scan is where we imagine a hoop that is connected to our breath. Inhale, let it go higher. Exhale, let it sink down. Gently relaxing your forehead, closing your eyes, relaxing your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Inhale, let it go all the way back up, as high as it can go. Exhale, let it sink down. Maybe just a bit faster. This time, let it create a bubble in its wake. Just imagine, start of a bubble. Let that hoop slow down right where it left off. Sink further. This would be a great time to lay back. Inhale, create that bubble once again. Take it from here, lay back and sink into the dark. Let that frequency of abundance, of miracles, let it call you. Sink. And if you've reached the end, close off your hoop like a bubble. Like a balloon, I'm sorry. Create a tether, like a rope or a root or string. Anything to tie that bubble. Connect it back to Mother Earth. Feel that connection once again. Activate that connection. Expand in the darkness like a jellyfish. Feel that connection once again. Your mind will find that core memory. Will find you. Connect you back to Mother Earth. The way that we once were connected to our mother. This is where we stop doing and we simply start being. Let that childlike connection happen once again. You are that joy and that happiness. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror lately? Do you see them? Do you see that child once again? That child will help us and help us recover that sense of play once again. If you're feeling it, know that you are expanding those ideas and creating those new receptors. It's important for you to know that you are a part of this divine plan. And it's our job to see all the good that is coming to us. Create that self-care. Choose peace. Take those steps. Today we are being encouraged to find the reason of your happiness, to find out what is behind that knowledge and that learning. Make sure you approach the skunk from the front and not from the back. Let those ideas bubble up and let your body decide what it wants and what it doesn't. And by doing that, we use a tapping. And tapping allows your body to decide what it wants and what it doesn't want. So let's go deeper into the dark. Let's let our mind sink further and transport us. Follow that sound. That sound of the crackling fire that we're so familiar with. Follow it. That gentle breeze fanning the flames. Find a spot to sit so we can do a tapping. And for those of you that are new, a tapping is where we wake up that emotional body. And this is our Control-Alt-Delete. This is where we are able to delete a program and install a new one. So find that area of your hand where you would do a karate chop. And tap. Tap and let's create that bliss. And stop doing and start being. Tap the other side. Tap. Move to your area of your third eye, in between your eyebrows, and tap, tap. I seek and find peace, quietness. Move to your temples and tap. I seek and find quietness and moments of bliss in my life. Move to under your eyes and tap. I am persistent in this quest. Move to under your nose and tap. I allow myself to feel divine presence radiating within me and around me. Slide under your lip on your chin and tap. I allow myself to create abundance. Slide down your throat and to your clavicles and tap. I allow myself to create fulfillment. Slide under your arm like you're going to give yourself half a hug and tap. I create this to live a life free of fear. Switch sides and tap. I am open to meditation and incorporate it as a part of my life. Tap your head this, and I create and open up to bliss. Exhale. That is the sequence to delete a program, and we allow our body to delete that program and to accept the new one. Find that creative space in your life. Don't be so busy that you're not letting that unexpected in. Make space in your schedule. Make space for you. Not just the self-care, but the time. Choose that peace. Choose that way and start being what you are trying so desperately to be. Sit in meditation whenever you can. Take those breaths. Create that practice that allows your mind to rest and your body to crave that darkness. Notice what you're being drawn to rather than what you're battling against. Surrender from the battle. It's time. It's time to allow yourself to receive those blessings and that peace. Exhale. Connect back to breath. That's as simple as that. Stop doing so much at one time. The moon was given to us to encourage those emotions. And right now, the emotions are telling us to create that self-care. As we go into those darker parts, I'm telling you, rest. Sit in bliss. Stop doing and start being that light that you truly are. You are being divinely guided. Let that light sit and flicker and start being and taking those steps with simplicity and focus. Find that childlike innocence. And if you're ready, let's make our way back. Make our way back to that wealth of love, that frequency of abundance. Just sink deeper. We'll go all the way through. It's the beauty of imagination. You make it up as you go. Sink. You hear that frequency calling us once again? Each dimension more exciting than the other. Welcome back. Welcome back to all of your blessings, to all of your miracles. Inhale that and exhale to make room. So wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Know that you are a blessing. Digest those new positive thoughts. Choose that peace. Take those simple steps and focus. Focus and learn. Expand that knowing and that knowledge. But find the time to rest, to maintain that reputation of excellence. Stop doing so much. Start being in peace. So thank you for those that are sharing my podcast. Those numbers are increasing. And thank you again for practicing. I am very proud of you for discovering that message, that medicine. So thank you for listening, for liking, for sharing that message of connection and strengthening our tribe. Know that you are a blessing. So I offer you more blessings to you, to me, and to all who listen.